question first. So you can either close your eyes if you feel like self-conscious about it, or you can leave your eyes open. Like, which one do you want to do? Yeah. But how many of you feel good like your bodies? Okay, very interesting. How many of you would change, as dancers, would change something? A lot of you raised your hand saying that you liked your body, but then a lot of you raised your hand saying that you would change something about your body. For me, it's not about loving your body, because that's a hard call. Because every time you look outside, there's always somebody taller, shorter.
We may never be what we want to be, and there's so much pain and damage that we do to ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually trying to accept that fact. I wanted to develop a dialogue about shifting away from the standard perception of beauty and the body and explore a broader vision of beauty that has acceptance and appreciation for who you are, simply based on being the best possible you can be and respecting that.
One of the reasons why I wanted to do a workshop like this was, well, for obvious reasons. One, we're dancers, and the body is always an issue. Good, bad, indifferent. And two, I don't think that we ever have an honest discussion about it. Like, how many of you actually had an honest discussion? Like, not about nutrition necessarily, like how to eat well and what to do, but an honest discussion about your bodies and how you feel about it and some of the stuff that goes on as you develop as men and women and dancers, and the changes that could occur. As a ballet dancer, I'm 5'10". That's huge. On point, I'm like 6'1", which technically means my partner has to be a LA Laker. Right? It's true. So, and how many male dancers are at least 6'5"? So as a ballet dancer, I had issues where, as a woman, I liked my height, but as a ballet dancer, it always said there's just certain roles I was never going to be able to do. You're just never going to be able, no matter, it has nothing to do with your talent. I call it the Popeye's chicken combo. I have the butt-thigh combo. It's true. So regardless of, and I have an easy body. I have, you know, legs, I have enough feet, enough turnout, but there are just certain things aesthetically that just don't say ballet dancer. We have an idea about what the ballerina looks like. It's not about what you are, it's about how you feel about yourself. And because I started dancing when I was 3, so I never thought about my body as like just as a human being. It was just like, could it turn out? Could it bob my? Did my feet point? Could it turn? Was it too fat? Too thin? You know, I was kind of happy that I didn't have boobs, because that was like, who said like no boobs, flat chested? That worked. Hoo-hoo! You know, I was very, very, sorry guys, I was very, very upset when I got my period at 13. I was upset, I was mad. Because the book said that if you were active, you had a better chance of not getting it until you were older. And I was like, are you serious? I was so mad. This is how not connected, like as a human being, I was to my body. And it wasn't until I stopped dancing and I had to just be a normal woman that I was like, wait a minute, I'm not half bad. Because everything was in relationship to being too much or not enough of one thing or the other. And so now, even now, I have the schism of, I don't like my body in tights. Like, I just don't. Most of the dance and sports and things like this where the body is an issue are controlled by men. And what I find very interesting is that they are, most of the time, dictating the aesthetic. Men never have to go through the same sort of puberty that women go through. Women! My God, how we suffer, even the apple, right? You can go from being like skinny, skinny mini to like over the summer, it's like a ballpark Frank, I plump when you cook me. It's like, teachers don't address it. As soon as you start to fluctuate, you know what I mean? in that hormone scene, as soon as the body starts to change and maybe it goes a little awry, you become invisible a lot of times. Really what they're doing is they're like this. Oh my God, I hope it doesn't go too bad. Oh my God, let me know when it's over. Oh, not yet. They don't ever address that it's a normal thing that maybe it's not necessarily what you're eating, maybe it's your body developing. I'm talking about being honest with yourself to ask yourself, am I in the best possible shape that I can be in? I'm not talking about necessarily dieting. You're like either starving yourself or trying to be extreme or trying to change yourself in an extreme way that doesn't make sense. You can't change your bones. So you have to make sure that you have yourself in a place where you go like, you know what? I know that this is the best possible me. You can't do that unless you're honest with yourself, right? You can't find your perfect fit or your right fit if you're not honest with yourself. That's the hardest part. But that does not absolve you from doing the work, because I know how you are. That's the only way that we can maybe change the standard or the aesthetic of not just the world of dance, but just in general, but how we feel and the way we treat the body and the way we think about the body, is to talk about it openly. Thank you.